It is that time of the year again. Merry Christmas and welcome to the Superpilotish channel. My name is Graham Wilson, and today in my basement, I will be telling you all about holiday safety tips, tips in general. Merry Christmas, just kind of a general sort of Christmas show. So I figured I would let you guys know at first here. This will be my last show for a little while. I'm going to be taking a week off, and I'll be back on January 1st, 2024. And we'll see what shape I'm in on New Year's Day. But I'm sure I'll be fine. So for today, I kind of didn't know what to do for the holidays, so I came up with, I was going to say holiday safety tips, but then I don't know. Everybody's got their own little safety things, and how safe do you want to be? You want to have some fun, right? So, anyways, let's start off with our holiday safety tips. Then we'll go into kind of just Christmas tips in general, and of course, on the Super Pilotish channel, we always give five tips. Tip number one: what's this? Holiday safety tips. ALJ. What does that mean? This kind of has to do. I'm stealing this one from the aviation industry because whenever you're making a decision on when you should fly, whether you should fly or not, these are some of the things that you have to consider in this order specifically. Uh, your ass, your license, and your job. So the first thing is you got to be safe, protect yourself. So I'm thinking, like, if you're going to be driving, maybe in how bad is the weather you're going to be driving in. So far for a lot of North America, it's going to be a green Christmas, so there's not a lot of snow, maybe a little rain, but that's not too shabby. It's pretty safe. The other thing there you could be considering is, like, maybe you should have called a cab and you shouldn't be kind of vroom vroom, so you don't want to be doing that, and so that would be protecting your license. You don't want to lose your driver's license, and your job. If you're a truck driver, you lose your license and you lose your job, double whammy. So you got to watch that around the holidays. And so just play it safe out there on the road. And so that's for the drivers. How do we get this back into being a pilot? Okay, so my other one here is here we go. Oh, great. Safety docs in the chat here today. Hey, David, welcome to the show. So we're going to talk. Number two is, okay, so if you are flying, go visit the relatives, flying back home, whatever you got to do. Now, this is whenever you talk to pilots, they'll always say, if you got time to spare, go by air, because this, if anything is going to get messed up, it's going to be around the busiest time of the year, which is right around now. United States, I think the statistically Thanksgiving weekend in the States is a little bit busier than now, but it's still about the same. And then this is when the weather gets bad and everyone gets canceled. So what we have to do here is, when your flight gets canceled, assume that your flight will get canceled. Remember, if you got time to spare, go by air. Smile. Turn that frown upside down when you get canceled for your flight, because that means that the pilots and the airline and everyone else is trying to keep you alive and keep the pilots alive and keep the crew alive, because we don't want to be flying in crappy weather and damaging airplanes and creating topics for other aviation shows that I don't cover. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense, but anyways, so when you're canceled, you are canceled. Okay, I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of this little chisel tip marker. That looks pretty good. Smile when you're canceled. Make the best of it. And don't be surprised, because it might not. A lot of people, they look at when a flight gets canceled. What do you mean? It's a beautiful sky here today. Well, it could be some mechanical problem, or it could be, it's a beautiful sky here. Like, say, what is it? Delta. Their main hub is in Atlanta. So, hey, Atlanta's got pretty good weather this time of year. But the flight that was flying in from, uh, where could we say, somewhere nice and cold? Somewhere like Minnesota or something. Oh, there's a blizzard in Minnesota, so that plane can't come into Atlanta. Then they have to wait for the other plane to come from New York, and that's another couple hours later. Oh, and then so it's all they all kind of operate on a just in time basis. Like this one here, get them off, get them on, get out, and all it takes is a couple of flights that are canceled or delayed, and that messes up all the scheduling. So that's just the way it is. So you might be in good weather, but you still expect to be canceled. If you got time to spare, go by air. Okay, what's our other one here? Okay, so let's think a little bit more happy here. Let's have some food. So when you are eating, everyone will be eating probably way too much because all those cookies and candy canes and turkey and everything. It's awesome. Pig out, man. Enjoy your life. But I know I'll be eating a lot. But when you are eating, okay, now you're probably eating around family and stuff like that, or maybe not. One thing you might want to think about is people have a little too much to drink, a little bit too much to eat, and actually really increases the chances of someone choking. Because what happens if you get a little bit of vino in you, and then like your swallowing reflex doesn't work exactly right, so something can get lodged in your throat. So you might want to review the Heimlich maneuver. There you go, just to be on the safe side. Do you remember how to do that? How do you put your hands? Where do you put them? How do you save your marker from falling off the bench? Yeah, you kind of pull up and I don't know. Check it out. And, check out a YouTube video, and that could jog your memory if you've ever learned it before. Another thing too, and I know that one of the guys I used to work with, he and I've seen one guy there, and I've known of a couple guys that have had heart attacks right at Christmas dinner. So, oh, hey, Rich, welcome to the chat. So, yeah, when was the last time you thought about when you got checked out for CPR? Because, hey, there's no pulse. Uh-oh, he's dead. Start pumping, and one and two and something and something and something and whatever. Yeah, so you might want to brush up on that if they're going to be around anybody that's a little bit older too. Because I worked with a guy, he had a heart attack right at Christmas dinner, and I knew another guy that had Christmas dinner, went for a walk on the beach, and collapsed, and that's that. So if you're not used to eating that much, you're not used to drinking that much. Excitement, stress, maybe you're you're not well rested. It can be, if you're a little bit older and the old ticker isn't quite up to snuff, you might want to might want to watch it if that's you, or just be careful. Watch out for grandpa over there. So there is another safety thing to consider. Now, I kind of ran out of safety stuff after that. So now we're going on to just kind of normal tips. And this is for the bachelors out there and the the guys that do the last minute shopping, because it's the 23rd today. So yeah, you still got today and tomorrow to go shopping, right? Or even Christmas morning, if you want to shop at the gas station or something that's open. But here you go. Watch your money. Not too much. Remember, we'll say not too much. Yeah, don't drain out your whole bank account. For last minute shopping. Like, oh, I'll get this. It's really the thought that counts. And then if the person really wants that monetary amount of something, don't bank or don't spend more than you can afford on that. And I find that's a big problem with they like they say the reports are out right now that people are oh, hey Adam, I see you in the chat here. Hey, uh I've seen reports now that they're saying that this is kind of like one of the biggest spending seasons in North America. People are blowing the most amount of money on holiday shopping, and it's like one of the things that it will always do you well, and it does well for me. It does me well is that if you got to be able to tell yourself, I can't afford that. If you can tell yourself, I don't know, and I can't afford that, those are two things that'll get you really far in life. Because if you just say, I can't afford it, then you don't spend the money on it. So you want to keep that money. You don't want to be racking up your credit cards and yeah, I'll get that in January. It's just like, ooh, that's brutal. Yeah. And then, or if you, or if you own an airplane or something like that, well, you're just going to be blowing tons of money on it anyways. That's kind of, I don't own an airplane. So, but yeah, that stuff gets expensive in a hurry. And you just make up excuses why you're bankrupting yourself or cleaning out your retirement funds because you need that new radio. Okay, that's kind of different. Okay, and what else we got here? Do not forget number five superpilotish 5. Remember that the true nature of Christmas, the spirit of Christmas, is that you should, when they say Merry Christmas, you should be merry. So there you go. Don't worry, man. Be happy. Because, like that's the real most important thing about this time of year. It's kind of like ideally it should be this way like all year round, but what are you going to do? It gets tired feeling good all the time, I guess. We kind of make ourselves bum out other times of the year, and then so we can feel all happy and filled with joy around Christmas. So I don't know. I like being happy all year round, but if if you want to bum yourself out, go for it. Some people are quite happy making themselves miserable. Go figure. Okay, so we're gonna do just a little Christmas, a little Christmas recap here. When you are making decisions about should you be driving to grandma's house? Should you be, I don't know, doing something else? Take the bus instead to your uncle's house. Okay. When you're deciding, should I drive here? You should consider your ass, your license, and your job. So there you go, just like pilots do. So, is it going to be dangerous? Will I lose my license? Did I have a little too much? And then job, I don't know. I guess it's not really, it's too late for the company Christmas parties and stuff. That was like back then. You should consider should I talk to that the CEO, should I talk to the secretary over there, or will I lose my job? Okay, maybe not. Okay, when you are flying, turn that frown upside down. Those pilots, they just saved your life by not crashing. So be happy you're alive. Look on the bright side. When you get canceled on your flight, then just wait a bit. Okay, if you are going to be around people eating, are you up to date on your Heimlich maneuver and your CPR skills? You never know. It could be it's one of those things that if you like, I've taken CPR training a few times. I'm pretty sure I can figure that out. And one guy that was saying, one of the first aid guys that was teaching us the class, said like as long as you're doing something, it's better than nothing for CPR. So hopefully everybody stays healthy and you won't have to do that. But if the need, if and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be the person jumping in there doing it, because if everyone's standing around going like this, you get in there, you start jumping, start doing compressions. Tell that person over there. You call 911. You go wait out by the road and direct the ambulance back in here. And don't be afraid to take charge on any of this health stuff. Okay, here we go. For your last minute shopping, don't spend too much money. You don't want to bankrupt yourself. That's the gift you give that keeps on giving back poorly in the form of Visa payments monthly or something like that. And be merry. Merry Christmas, everybody. Don't forget about the true meaning of Christmas, which is peace on earth and goodwill towards men and all that other fun stuff that that we just the world just like forgets about on the 26th. But hey, we can remember that. Okay, so here we go. You are, yeah, we'll just see what's going on in the chat here. And yeah, like as I said before earlier, I'll be taking some time off for the holidays. I'll be back on January 1st, New Year's Day at noon Eastern. So here we go. All right. Let's see what the safety doc has to say. Graham Wilson for aviation MVP. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah, I'm glad you came by there, David. And Wrench likes my hat. So thanks. I couldn't find it the other day. And then my girlfriend was saying, like, I think I saw that somewhere. Cleaning up around here, I decided that, okay, it's Christmas, so I should put it in the box of like wrapping paper over there. And of course, I forgot where I put it because I don't know. It makes sense. But I did manage to find it. I wasn't going to go to the dollar store and spend another $2 on another one. Forget it. Okay. Solitude Surfer is in here too. Here we go. Never ever trust a fart at Christmas. Hold it in. We all win. Yes, I would agree. So here we go. All right. Yeah. So Wrench is asking here too. He was checked out in CPR in the 1980s. I still remember everything. Should I try it? Yeah. So basically, what I was told, if you check for a pulse, and if there is a pulse, you're probably cool. Hearts are still beating, but the thing is, when there's no pulse, that person's dead. So you can't make a mistake on a dead person. He's dead already, which is kind of a morbid way of thinking about it for Christmas. But that's what the morbid first aid guy told us back in the day. He was also an ambulance attendant, and I knew him from when I was broke and I just had my motorcycle and no money, and I'd hang out at this gas station. And this guy worked at the convenience store there, and he ended up teaching me CPR one time. So. Yeah, he was a morbid dude, man. These ambulance attendants. It's like, oh yeah, compound fracture. It really came out of the skin. I was like, okay, dude. I kind of liked it better when you were selling candy and cigarettes at the corner store. So, anyways, what else we got here? We got. Oh, here we go. Another safety tip from Adam. Don't engage with the person that brings up politics. LOL. Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I kind of don't discuss that stuff on the show, because it's, there's some things that the people just they're like heartfelt. They're like beliefs that they have that you just can't change other people's beliefs. Like, you can't convince me of this. Like, that's my belief, right? And no matter what you say, you can't change somebody's mind on something. So you're kind of, I don't know, raising tensions where it's not really necessary. And you can be the bigger man like Adam and just change the subject. Talk about airplanes. There we go. That's one of the things about the aviation community. I disagree with a lot of the people that are pilots and stuff like that about a lot of stuff, and we all do that because pilots come from all different walks of life. And so one of the things that pilots are very good at is just like, let's talk about airplanes, man. Like, okay, you can go do that stuff, you can believe that garbage, whatever. Ooh, nice airplane though. What's the weather supposed to be like this weekend? And then you kind of get that common thing that you can all talk about and agree on. So here we go. What else we got here? Okay, and Adam and Wrench are kind of going back and forth there a little bit. Oh, here we go. What's you booked 2 tickets on a 777-300 ER for March 9th. Ah, cool. That's a nice big old plane. Very cool, Adam. Yeah, I keep saying, Adam, we got to go flying and stuff like that, but now the weather's junk and or stuff like that. I haven't forgotten about you, dude. Anyways, one of these days I'll be out of your hangar. Here we go. Oh, going to England. Awesome. Okay, and I will. Safety Doc wants me to run for alderman, fly high with Graham in 2024. Well, I appreciate the sentiment there, David, but I am non-political these days. So, okay, here we go. What do we got here? That's about it. Oh, very cool. So, what day is today? Ooh, I can't do my usual spiel here because I'm going to be. Yeah, so I will be back. I usually do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern, except for next week, taking it off for the holidays. And yeah, so I will be back on January 1st at noon Eastern. And that's about it. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. And we'll just kind of shut her down here and hope everything's, we'll catch you in the new year. Awesome. So thank you for watching. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Bye.